Right now, Argentina has over 1,000 registered cases of coronavirus, and by the time this was being recorded, 34 people have already died. And last week we were celebrating how the coronavirus outbreak had forced the population of Argentina to leave petty differences aside and maturely come together in order to stop the spread. People were applauding from balconies every evening and supporting the president's measures and all that. But I should have known better, because this week, La Grieta, or as it's commonly known, the crack, is back. No butt joke? Good. For more on this, it's time for another episode of WTF, Coronavirus Edition. How's the audio today? Better? I found this cheap microphone on Mercado Libre and they fortunately made home deliveries despite the cuarentena, so I guess it's better. Nothing I can do about the lighting though. You can't fix this. I don't know, maybe next week. Yes, up until last week we were being praised everywhere for how quickly we had all joined forces to sing Resistiré together and face the common enemy that is the coronavirus. Peronistas, macristas, kirchneristas, they were all ready to work with President Alberto Fernández to stop this. Even Patricia Bullrich, who was Macri's security minister for 4 years, tweeted that her party would support the current administration's enforcement of the quarantine and work with the president as a responsible opposition party. And according to a poll from only 8 days ago, President Fernández's popularity was at a jaw-dropping 93.8%, which is insane if you think that it was less than 6 months ago that he won the presidency with 48% of the national vote. At this point, he was probably more popular than the president from Independence Day, and he was pretty popular. Also completely unrelated, but back in 1996, Argentine TV had its own Independence Day spoof called Dependence Day. And of course, it's pretty incredible.
Realmente bueno.
Presidente Menem, mucho gusto.
El gusto es mío, querida, por Dios. Qué suerte que estés viva. Si les parece bien, yo la voy a llevar lejos de aquí para que estemos a solas en un encuentro del tercer tipo, ¿les parece bien? Porque el segundo tipo, el primer tipo, lo que sea, por Dios, o en el cuarto. Permiso, hermanito querido.
Still better than Resurgence. Anyway, this whole post-partisan love fest came to a halt on Sunday night. No surprise there, when Fernández announced on live television that he had decided to extend the quarantine until the end of Holy Week, or Easter Sunday, which is fitting because that is literally what your first Instagram photo outside of your house is gonna look like. Hashtag we are risen. Problem is that along with the announcement that the president made, he also went after the corporate sector, angry at big companies like Techint, which in the middle of the crisis decided that they were going to announce massive layoffs. So he told them that it was time for them to make less money.
No podemos, en semejante crisis, desamparar a alguien dejándolo sin trabajo. Y vuelvo a repetir, acá de lo que se trata para muchos de esos empresarios es de ganar menos, no de perder. Bueno, muchachos, les tocó la hora de ganar menos.
And not only that, on Monday he went after the CEO of Techint, Paolo Roca, telling him that this time he had to help.
Es una perversión. Entonces nosotros tenemos que recuperar la ética de la solidaridad. ¿Qué le puede pasar a una empresa que durante un mes trabaje menos? Que gane un poco menos. Has ganado tanta plata a lo largo de tu vida, tenés una fortuna que te pone entre los más millonarios del mundo. Hermano, esta vez colaborá.
So yeah, the government has been working non-stop to come up with ways to alleviate the crisis that we're all going through. 35 billion pesos for small and medium-sized businesses, no layoffs for 60 days, and rent is frozen for 6 months. But between the extension of the lockdown for 2 more weeks and the fact that it looked like once more the government was asking the private sector to make sacrifices, a lot of people decided they had enough and started asking for politicians to cut their salaries as well. So now every evening at 9:30 p.m., right after the nightly applause for service workers, people around Argentina have been organizing cacerolazos in what I assume is probably the first applause into protest ever recorded in human history.
Y ahí estamos, mirá, Guille Paniza, mirá, nos quedamos ahí con Guille. Estás en el mismo lugar, Guille, donde se aplaudió a las 9 de la noche a los médicos.
Sí, correcto, Rodi, estamos en el mismo lugar.
Also, while in Spain people played techno music, in Argentina some people started playing the Peronist March. Oh, and the escalation didn't stop there, because now people started yelling at each other from balcony to balcony, some of them criticizing the president, some of them defending the president, and then this.
Néstor.
And to make things even more confusing, it was the president's birthday yesterday, and people on social media were organizing to celebrate it from the balconies, which means that between 9 and 10 p.m. yesterday, you had people singing him happy birthday, people telling him to go fuck himself, plus the Parentist March, plus people applauding, telling medical staff that they appreciate the service. All of that in one fucking hour, so Jesus Christ, what the hell is happening? So there you have it. Last week we were celebrating world peace. This week we're killing each other once again like we used to. So I guess in a way you can say that things are going back to normal. And look, I know we're all stressed because we haven't left our home in 2 weeks now. But we can do this. And if we put our hearts and minds into it, I can even show you something that will unite us once more. You probably heard by now of the cringe-inducing video by Gal Gadot and other Hollywood celebrities who recently got together to sing Imagine in a tone-deaf act of upper-class solidarity. Well, someone in Argentina thought that doing a Spanish-language version of that was a smart move and created this monstrosity they like to call supón.
Es fácil para ti que abajo no hay infierno.
Y arriba estrellas, sí.
Imaginad que todos
vivimos la vida así.
See? It sucks. We can all agree to that. I'll see you next week. Me encanta que el fan de Wanda dijo que a él lo invitaron a participar en Supón y dijo que no. El fan de Wanda, ¿entendés? El fan de Wanda te dijo que no, ni el fan de Wanda quiere. Horribles.